guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we're going to be speaking about something that has affected me, I'd say forever really. So yeah, before we get started I want to make sure you remember to like and subscribe and comment down below any suggestions or ideas for any, you know, questions that my mum and my dad can ask, any ideas for new videos. So yeah, remember to like, subscribe, share on all social medias, follow me on Facebook on either Molly's Mayhem or me, myself and ADHD blog. That's a more active one at the moment. So yeah, just remember to like and subscribe, and let's get on with the video. So we're going to be speaking about kind of like an attachment issue. I've always had it, and I have been watching some Super Nanny programmes and binge watching them, and I have been watching one specifically about ADHD children because I wanted to come up with a couple of ideas that I thought could benefit you guys. And one sprung to mind which was really common in these children that are like in these programmes, and that's the attachment issue subject. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about my subject of attachment issues. And remember, this is just me. It doesn't necessarily mean you guys have an attachment issue. But just, you know, just always speak to someone if you believe that maybe you're suffering from a bit of an attachment issue. It's nothing to be worried about, nothing to be ashamed of. But yeah, if you want any support, Google it, message me down below in the comments, and maybe we could have a little chat. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's get going. So my attachment issue, I can remember going back all the way since I was a little girl. I can honestly remember it, and it's been something that has gotten worse, I believe, as I've gotten older, but it's always been like an attachment issue around the same thing. It's always been the same type of obsession, not obsession, but like the attachment issue's always been around the same object, the same thing, and that is people. I have an attachment issue, especially to female, like mother figures. Everywhere I go, I have to find older female, like, you know, like a mum or a nan type of age. They have to be quite a bit older than me, and I always find that everywhere I go, work, school, college, I've always had to find that specific comfort, and I find comfort in having an older female presence. Like, I find it a lot more easier to get on with my day when there's somebody there that's older than me that presents a mother figure. And that, I think, leads to I rely heavily on my mum for like emotional support and mental support, my friendship. My mum's my best friend, so I think it stems back to being really close with my mum, and I know that my mum's got my back like 1000%, and when she's not there, you know, I feel lonely, I feel alone and scared, vulnerable. So I seek out some type of replacement, I guess you could say, just to kind of replace her while she's not there. And I found in school there was one teacher in particular that I had a huge, I don't want to say obsession because it makes me, I don't like that word, it makes me panic, it makes me feel a bit, it makes me feel strange and odd, and I'm not, you know, and you're not, no one is, you know, it's not a nice word. I don't like saying I'm obsessed, but logically it is a bit of an obsession. I get a bit over obsessed and attached to people, and that can really affect my behaviour, my outlook on that person. Yeah, I'm going to give you like a quick example, and that's going to be when I was at school, right? For some reason, male teachers were the only ones that could discipline me. When I was at school, my maths teacher, I got on so well with him. My maths like took a real big jump, like my confidence grew in maths when I got a male teacher. Because when I was having like the female teachers, I kind of thought they were my friends, they were like a mum figure. I always found that I always wanted them to be my friends, so I don't know why. I think it's the lack of friendship I've had. I haven't had any positive female influences in my life, friendship wise. Obviously I've got my aunties and my mums, you know, mum's mum. I've got those, haven't I? But I never had a friend, like a girl best friend. I've never had one. So I think I've always wanted it so bad that I have to crave female attention. And when my mum's the only one that's ever given me that attention. So I only know a mother's love. So I assume that every older woman in a workplace, in a college, school, work area, I always assume that, oh God, they're gonna be my comfort blanket. They're gonna be like, I attach myself to the feelings that I get around people. I always get overly attached to. It's not every person. This person has to have a specific like trait. I have to really click with them. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna get obsessed with you. It's not. It's one person at a time I get like quite obsessed with. It's in a specific place that I may feel like vulnerable, upset, someone that I could go to. And that sometimes isn't a great idea, because that can sometimes lead to me trying to show off, me trying to act older than I am or act younger than I am. If I can't find an older female that I want to attach myself to, if they're younger than me, that happened in the last couple of years at school. I attached myself to a younger friend who was a girl, and I started to act stupid. I acted immature because I wanted to look big, look funny, look the class clown in front of this person, because the lack of friendship that I've had, the only friendship I've ever had is my mum and my sister. Not so much my sister, she's a lot younger than me, but my mum has always been there. She's always been my best friend. She's always given me that friendship I desire. So when she's not there, I feel the absence of her, and I have to like try and refill that emptiness. I have to have something there, otherwise my contentness, my comfort, it's not there, and I'm crazy. My anxiety, I'll get overwhelmed, my behaviour rockets, and that's when things start to like escalate. It wasn't such an issue, but as I got older, I started to really, value the comfort of my mum with my anxiety. And as I got older, I needed that at school as well. And so I would attach myself to the teachers that were given to me as my mentors, and I would think they're my friends, so I wouldn't take them as seriously. But I'm just trying to hurry up here. I don't want it to be a really, really long video, because it's quite a hard subject to talk about, because it can make you look weird and strange. I don't like talking about it because I get myself in a fluster, because I feel that people are going to think I'm strange, but I'm not. It's just when you have ADHD, and I do have an attachment disorder as well, I have to have someone there, otherwise it's kind of like I'm on edge the whole time. And when I left school, this very special teacher of mine, she made a huge impact in my heart. Like, I never had a nan when I was growing up. I only had one for 7 years, and she sadly passed away very young, and her absence was always felt in my heart. And I've seen many counsellors, and it just doesn't help. It doesn't help with my mind. And now I know why. I have ADHD, I have definitely attachment issues, right, 1000%, and I just feel that absence of people, and it doesn't even have to be people, it can be things like school. I always talk about school because that was the only thing in my life that I can remember that was fun. Ever since leaving school, my life's gone downhill. Like, I haven't enjoyed my life since leaving school, and it's been really hard to understand why, but obviously the diagnosis was the answer for me. But at school I felt so content because I knew that everyone had my back. I had people that had my back, and when I was at school, the worst thing that could happen was I'd get kicked out and I'd go to another school. Kind of like the routines, the comfort of the teachers, I didn't get along with the teacher. I didn't necessarily have to even get along with these mummy figures that I attached myself to. I didn't care if I got on with them, I just needed that comfort. Even in college, I ended up getting kicked out of college each year. I was there 3 years, and each year I was excluded and kicked out. And in the first year, I struggled with the transition from from school to college. I mean, I struggled really badly. I didn't like the lack of routine, I didn't like the lack of discipline, and that sounds funny, but the discipline wasn't there, so I was struggling really hard with trying to understand, why am I not getting the attention I did at school for not doing my work, and I found it really hard to adjust to the routines, the discipline, the whole ambience of the whole place. Like it just wasn't, I didn't like it, and that's why I can't go to university. I want to, like, I don't know, like at the moment I'm in this phase where I don't have a job, I'm not earning money, I'm in a rut at the moment, and I'm getting very bad ADHD outbursts at the moment, due to obviously like pockets of stress, and it's just pushing and pushing. And when my tablets, you know, you can take tablets but it doesn't take away the ADHD, and they're not helping at this precise moment in time. I'm feeling very lonely, like depressed, anxiety's bad, my ADHD is crazy, I'm very impulsive, I'm very like dominant, is that the word? Or like really in your face, like yeah, stubborn, like I don't know what the word is, but I'm one of them. And at the moment things are just not going great for me. I feel that I'm putting so much effort into YouTube and it's not paying off. I feel that I'm putting loads of effort into my blog and I still feel that's not paying off. Nothing could be good enough for me at the moment. Like, you know, I'm in one of those rutty moods where nothing is good enough. I'm not good enough. Whatever you people say is not good enough. And talking about the attachment is something very hard for me, because I've always found it, so I've never really spoken about it because I've always thought I'm weird for being kind of obsessed with people and things, like things like school, college, routines. I like the structure of routines, and it's not so much that I don't like them being spontaneously changed. I don't care about that. But if I know that it's a permanent routine and, oh, today it's going to be changed, I can go back to it tomorrow, it doesn't affect me bad. But once it ends, like I was saying, with school, when I knew I was never going to see that lady again, that teacher, it was like my heart broke. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about the school. I didn't care about the routine then. I just cared about seeing her, and I was like, oh my God, I valued her as a friend, which you should never get. You should never allow yourself to become too obsessed with professional people like teachers, doctors, you know, all this sort of stuff, because they aren't going to be around forever. They're not in your life permanently, and that's what I've learned. My impulsiveness is the bane of my life, and I think it eggs on this attachment disorder. And I know people say, you know, go get therapy, blah blah blah, but it's not the answer for me. It's not the answer for me at all. You know, me and my parents have looked into kind of like rehabilitation type of therapy and cognitive behaviour. We've looked at all different types of therapy, and honestly they don't work for me. I've tried multiple and they just aren't for me. I only tell people what I want them to know, and the parts that I don't want them to know, they won't ever know. And this is what I mean when we say like I had counselling as a young girl. You know, that specific counselling was because teachers thought I had ADHD, so my parents took me counselling to see other people's advice, and they were like, no, there's absolutely nothing wrong, like she's fine, she's just going through a phase in teenage phase. That wasn't it. I just wasn't telling the lady, and I can categorically remember almost planning what I was going to say before I went in, because I had a game plan. I knew that I didn't want people to think I'm weird, so you're not going to know what I'm thinking. It's always been the same. It's the same now. I go to the doctors and I'm only telling them half the story, because I think if I say that, they're going to think I'm really weird, or like they're going to think like I'm strange. They're going to think I'm this, I'm that, and it doesn't work for me. So therapy isn't the answer for me. Don't know what the answer is. Don't have an answer. You know, that's why I'm talking to a camera. I don't have an answer. And it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have down days. It's okay to make mistakes. Okay, what else can we do, eh? We just got to get on with things. Yeah, I guess. What more can we do? And like also when I open up to people, and then as soon as I open up to people, it seems people leave, and that's the thing. I'm too used to being someone's second best all the time, and when it comes to someone giving me attention, it's like I hang on to that person and I get obsessed with that, you know, that affection, that, you know, that relationship, that partnership, you know, acquaintance. I just get obsessed with things, because when something good happens to me, I hold on to it. I don't care what the expense is, you know. And that's landed me in some deep water before. Like, I'm not, like, friendships, doing things people do just because I want a friend, and it's not okay. And if people don't like you for who you are, then they're not a friend. Like, that's my advice to you out of this video. You know, if you feel that you're not good enough for that group of friends, then they're not your friends, because you should never feel like that in a true friendship. And I know that it's hard because I've been there, I've done that multiple times, and trust me, it hurts. It never gets any easier. You kind of just learn to live with it. You kind of get used to it, because I don't know why, we just get pooed on all the time, you know. We have such good hearts that sometimes it comes at a price. This whole video, I just wanted to let you guys know that I have an attachment disorder to people, and specifically routines and things that give me comfort. Not like teddy bears, not like phones or stuff like that. It's specifically, I'm going to say people is the major thing. And the feelings that it's not even like physical people, it's the emotional attachment I get to people is the issue. You know, yeah, you know, I'm not going to keep going on because it's going to be too long, this video. But if you want to know more about attachment issues and ADHD, I can do some research and maybe do like a bit of an informative video for you guys about the links between attention deficit hyperactive disorder and emotional attachment, or just, you know, there's multiple different types of what's the word, attachment issues. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that, you know, people tell me that, you know, and this gets on my nerves. Oh, you wouldn't think you've got ADHD. You don't look like you have ADHD. Trust me, you don't have to look like you've got it. You know, I battle it every single day, and I'm so surprised that I've got this far because it's so hard. And if I could switch it off, it would have been switched off a long time ago, like a long time ago. But I just want you guys to know that it's okay if you're struggling. It's okay if you have attachment disorders. It's okay if you're feeling down. It's okay to feel like that. Things will get better, and they get harder before they get better. And just think, once you hit the ground, you can't, once you've hit the lowest point, you can't go no lower. So you've got to get yourself up, and you've got to motivate yourself to carry on being the best version of yourself that you could possibly be, because your future counts on you now, and your mental health. You've got to, you know, really keep going and keep cycling up that hill, because once you're at the top, you know, like when you get to the top and you feel, whoa, you know, you're up there, and when you go down, you know that you can go straight back up, because it only gets easier once you start to believe in yourself. It does get easier. Because I really want to go to like university. I really want to get into a career now, such as I'll tell you guys. Like I want to be maybe a teacher, or is it SENH or M? It's like obviously it's like special needs. Special educational needs something, but it's like an extra part so that you deal with specifically behavioural needs. And I want to do that, but you do need a teaching degree, or you need some type of thing. And at the moment, I'm applying for jobs, I just don't have the experience or the qualifications. So yeah. And also, someone asked me the other day, is YouTube paying me, or is Facebook paying me? No. My Facebook is monetized, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's monetized, but I don't know how to get paid from Facebook. I don't have a clue, so no, I'm not being paid from Facebook, nor am I being paid on YouTube. But let me just say, YouTube is something I want to do. It is a career goal, along with getting a career in either teaching or, you know, becoming a psychologist. You know, something, it will be a career, and I'm gonna make this channel big. Like, I'm not joking. Whether that be this channel gets sectioned out to my mum as well, things that I post, it might not necessarily have to be ADHD, it could be anxiety as well. But let me just say, this channel is gonna do great things, trust me. I've got plans. I've handed out loads of my leaflets and my flyers. So hopefully this community is going to build even bigger, and we're going to achieve great things. We're going to be able to achieve my goal for this YouTube channel, which is to raise awareness of ADHD and stop the stigma. That's the hardest thing, and that's going to be our struggle in getting everybody to believe that we're normal and that it actually is real ADHD. But yeah, we're gonna smash YouTube. Don't get me. We're gonna do it. I just need some ideas at the moment because, like I say, I'm not in the best place at the moment, and creativity is not my forte when I'm feeling poop. But nevertheless, I'm still working on YouTube. Me and Mum are going to film a video tomorrow, and I just want you guys to see how lucky I am to have a great family. You've seen one of my aunties. My other auntie doesn't live here, she lives in the Isle of Wight, so you may see her soon, I'm not sure. There's no plans, yeah, so tune in tomorrow. It's only a quick video, like I said. I just wanted you guys to know it's okay to not be okay, and I'm not okay at the moment, and that's okay. So yeah, I hope you have a real good day, and I hope you enjoy your weekend, and yeah, just enjoy your weekend, stay happy, keep smiling. If you need me, go down in the comments down below. Tell me what you want me to talk about in my next video so I can get it up, and hopefully it can help you. So yeah, remember to smash a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!